What's up, guys? My name is Aldo, and today we'll be talking about 3 common types of decking. We'll be talking about hardwoods, softwoods, and composites. One of the main things that you want to make sure that you keep in mind before you even go and pick the kind of decking that you want is going to be the location of where you're going to want your deck. If you're going to put it close to a swimming pool, is it going to be covered, or is the sun going to hit it all day, every day? These are things very important because it will help you decide which best kind of decking suits you and your particular installation. Another thing to keep in mind is longevity. You don't want to install something and then you have to come back 2 or 3 years, 5 years later to replace it. So you want to make sure that you get the right choice. You know, it's going to last you a long time, whether you're going to be in your home or you're planning on selling it down the road. Another very important thing to keep in mind is the maintenance of that product. Some products you have to maintain yearly to maintain the color. Others you have to do 3 or 4 years, and some have very little maintenance that you have to do over time. So that's something that you really have to keep in mind before you even go out to the store and start looking at different deckings that you may want to have. And then also just get a budget, get an idea of what it is you want to invest into this, and then that way you can build from there. If you need to go a little over, or if you can save yourself a little bit of money. So these are very important things that to keep in mind before you even go out and start looking at the different products that there are. So first we'll start off with the Ipe. Now Ipe is a natural product, so it's very strong and very durable, which attributes to its longevity. And because it's natural, it varies in grain and color. So along with any other natural product, it does the same thing. Another great thing with Ipe is that it is rot resistant and bug proof. So that's another pro to it. And it has also a lower heat retention as opposed to some of the composites that are out there. Things to keep in mind though before you go with the Ipe is ventilation is critical. You need to make sure that you have the proper ventilation to the installation you're doing with this product. So if you're putting it close to a pool, you need to at least have to like 10 inches of clearance underneath. If you have to go any lower than that, you might want to go with a 5/4 by 4, which is the most stable kind of Ipe dimension that there is. Also, Ipe you don't really stain Ipe. You would have to go with a hardwood sealer, which in our case we have Ipe oil, something that we carry here. Now this doesn't change the color of the wood like a stained wood. It does more of it enhance the natural color of this material. For example, here we have natural Ipe that's untreated, and here is with this Ipe oil. So you can see how much different, more rich the color is here. The thing that with that is that you have to make sure that you oil it at least once a year. So that could be a drawback or not. If you don't do it, it will silver out, and if you like that color, then you have very little maintenance to do on the Ipe. So it doesn't rot the wood over time. It doesn't compromise it at all. So it's just something to keep in mind before you go. Also, it is more difficult of an install than other decking materials that there are. So I'll go over some of those right now. With the Ipe, you can go with face screw, so you can just go straight into the joist through the top of the board. Now with this stuff though, you do have to pre-drill because it is so dense, the screw won't go through it. So that's something to keep in mind when you go there. Another installation system is the Pro Plug. Now with the Pro Plug, it comes with stainless steel screws, and it also comes with Ipe plugs. With this one, you get a special bit, this is called a smart bit. You'll bore a hole in on the top, kind of like the face screw does, but once you put in the screw, it gives you enough space to put this Ipe plug in it. So whether you let it weather or you apply the Ipe oil over it, it will match the color of the board also. Another great system that there is the camo system. Now the camo system comes with a jig, and this jig actually gives you spacing in between the boards. So you can get different sizing on the spacing, but what you really want to go no less than the 3/16, which is kind of here, like this one. So this goes over the board, and what it does is it gives you a guide to bring the screw in at a 45-degree angle. So essentially you're toe screwing it. so it still gives you a clean face on top of the board, but you still get the fastening on both sides of the board on the joist. So this is a great product to also look into. And then last but not least is the Ipe clip. Now with the Ipe clip, you do, unless it's kept that way, you do have to make sure that it'll get sent to get grooved on the edges, and then the clip comes in, you know, on the edge, and it'll hold both boards on the side. Now one of the things with this system that's unique is that you have to come in at a 45-degree angle when you install this clip, so it'll only hold one side of the board, and the other side will be held by the clip on the other side of the joist. So that's the last installation there. Next, we'll move on to softwoods, which in this case will be cedar. Cedar is a product that we carry here in stock. One of the benefits with cedar is that it's also rot resistant and it is bug resistant as well. A great benefit with cedar, because it is a softwood, you have a lot of stain options that you can use on the cedar, so it'll, you know, match what you want to do a little bit better. And out of the three options that we're going over today, it is the more economical. Now, it's not a cheap product, but it has a little bit better price point for you. It is readily available, so this is kept in stock from 8 foot to 20 foot, you know, most of the time. And it's relatively easy to install as opposed to, for example, hardwoods. You can come in and you can do the stainless steel also on top, and also you can do the camo system, like the camo system, to come here at a toe screw at a 45-degree angle. Things to keep in mind when you are installing, when you do go with the cedar, is that it's not as strong as the hardwood, so it is easier to scratch. So if you have pets, or if you have it's in a high traffic area, it will wear a little bit faster than, for example, a hardwood would, or even a composite. So that's something to keep in mind. Also, because it is a natural product, you still do need to get proper ventilation, you know, to prevent cupping on these boards. So those are things just to keep in mind if you go with cedar. So last but not least, we'll go over the composites. Now this is a great product because it does require minimal maintenance as opposed to the other two that we went over today. It is also very easy to install, and they all come with warranties. It offers a contemporary look, and it lasts very long. Another thing to keep in mind is that it is eco-friendly because it's made out of recycled material. It is bug resistant and rot resistant like the other two are as well. Things to keep in mind though when you go with the composites is that up front your pricing usually will be a little higher than other decking, but if you factor in the fact that you don't have to come back and restain it, you know, over the period of time that you have the deck, you know, sometimes it comes out cheaper in the long run. Another thing to keep in mind before you go with the decking is that it only comes in 3 lengths: 12s, 16s, and 20s. In any brand, that's the 3 lengths that they make because those are prime lengths. One of the drawbacks though with composite is that a lot of them don't look very natural, so you have to come out and look at them to make sure that the aesthetics go right with whatever it is you're trying to do. 2 ways to install the composites is like the other two, you can do the face screw. One of the big differences though with these is that pretty much any color you go with, you could get composite color matching screws, so it'll help your deck, the screws blend in a little better with your deck. And then the other way is just with the hidden fastener screw, with the hidden fastener system, sorry. With these, you go into it comes grooved already from factory. You come in, you put it in, and it will hold both boards down. This will go in right into the joist, and there's no danger of this popping that clip out because this product only expands lengthwise, not widthwise. So that's why a lot of them go with the plastic universal screw. But before you go with any installation, you want to make sure you check your manufacturer's specifications so that you do install it and you don't accidentally void your warranty at the time of your install. So these are three products that we carry. We actually have these, most of these in stock. So if you have any other questions, let us know, and we'll be happy to answer these for you. Thank you.